Being. Hi guys, welcome back. Why did I clap? To be, I told you that you should be responsible. Don't do that. This is YouTube. Be civilized. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Dubem. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, wait. Don't even subscribe now. I'm going to give you reasons why you should subscribe. The reason why you should subscribe to my channel is because number one, I have I have worked so hard now. Look at me. I have given you people over 60 videos, 60 contents. Please. Number two, I am the student YouTuber, the university vlogger, the everything. So I don't know, but please guys, just subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, support my ministry, okay? Period. So today's video is how to study effectively, how to study smarter, how to be like a better student, how to like study very well. I might probably do a vlog of on how I study effectively, but I'm just going to be giving you guys a few tips on how to study effectively. So the first thing I'd say is to study smarter and not longer. So whenever I study here, I always do this thing that I study 25 minutes, and after 25 minutes I take a break for 5 minutes, and then I study again, and then I take a break. Like, try and take breaks during the time you're studying. It's not about studying for like 2 hours or studying that long at a stretch. Learn how to like study and take breaks so that you can be able to assimilate properly, because whenever you study longer, you study for 2 hours straight, you find out that at the end of the day you're not able to get everything that you have studied. So try as much as possible is to study. At least when you study for the first 25 minutes, during the 5 minutes, watch a movie, watch something relaxing, listen to music. Don't shout or talk too much so that you not forget what you read or what you studied. But try and do something very relaxing. Maybe you could rest, close your eyes for some minutes, and then you go back to work, or take a lot of water while you're doing that. It helps. So the next thing I'd say is to pay attention to the way you take notes. So in my previous vlog, I talked about how to take notes. I always try as much as possible to take notes in an organized manner. So whenever I'm reading like let's say I'm reading a particular paragraph here or a particular essay here, and they say you should summarize or pick important points from it, try as much as possible to read between the lines. Try as much as possible to pick the important messages and write them in your notes. So for instance, if in I'm trying to remember a course that I know. Okay, for instance, in taxation. So if, because I just read it obviously, yeah in taxation. So if they're like, taxation is the levy imposed on individuals, organizations and business entities in order to like provide for the public, or help or support the public. And then they talk about like taxation was originated in the idea of taxation was originated in 1970 something, this that according to act something something. And then they're talking about the people, they're talking about, oh, this guy fought a war before they improved taxation, telling you the process of the war and everything. To pick, if I am to pick a point from that, I will first pick the definition of taxation, take it in my notes. Then next thing I'll do is to pick the time it was established or originated in Nigeria, put the person. I don't have to put the long process of how it took it, except if at that point you're talking about history of taxation, then you have to memorize that. But if you're trying to, in exam you're like, define taxation, whatever I do is that I always give two definitions, two different definitions. The first definition must be what my lecturer has given me. Then the second definition is according to how I understand it. If I don't give like 2 or 3 definitions, I don't think my lecturer will be that convinced. So you have to learn how to take notes. Whenever you're like studying, and then you're studying the topic taxation, whenever after you've read what the lecturer has told you, what the textbook has told you, also try to like form it in your own way or in your own manner. So for taxation now, the first paragraph will be my lecturer's definition. The second paragraph will be the textbook's definition if it is different from my lecturer's definition. Then the third paragraph will be my own definition. Whenever lecturers see things like that, they feel very, very convinced that, oh, she went extra mile to actually, you know, look for other definitions and understand it, and then you get your grades. Yeah, so learn how to study and take proper notes. I'll surely do a video on how to take notes, because I think it's something that a lot of people don't know how to do, but we should always try and learn how to take notes. Yeah. So the second thing is to create a schedule. I don't know if it's schedule or schedule. I always find it wrong. Please, I don't know if how you can tell me in the comments the right one, but I would like to know the correct one. So yeah, create a schedule. Let's just accept that it's schedule for now. So creating a schedule is like, find the time that you know. I don't know how to explain, but like, find the time you know that you have more energy to, you know, create and to make videos. For instance, I'm not a night reader. I don't know how to read at night. I don't know how to study at night. My night is for my sleep. I don't deprive my sleep, except if it's when it's during exam time. So like, I already understand my body that from 10 p.m. I'm going off. Like, I'm literally off. I'm going to sleep, and I know that I'm very active in the morning. Like right now, I'm shooting my video, like this is around like, you know, 10 a.m. and I'm very active. I'm always active from 3 a.m. in the morning to 6, 7, long time. So like this, I've been able to understand my body. So try as much as possible to understand your body, so that you can be able to create a schedule. So like when I'm in school, yeah, I know that I have classes during the day. So that means my reading is actually going to be shorter, you get, because I have classes and I have meetings and all. So I try as much as possible that my free periods, I utilize them, because I know during, like at night, I might not be able to do as much. So try as much as possible to create a schedule. If you're a day person, create a schedule that would work for yourself and also blend in with your class timetable. So yes. So the next thing I would say is have breaks. Like I already talked about that. Try and have breaks so that you don't get so overwhelmed with the whole academics thing and give up. Like a lot of people don't know how to study. That's why they don't, like, they find studying very, very tiring and boring. And I won't lie, it is kind of boring, but like to me right now, I don't think studying is boring for me, because I've been able to, you know, understand myself, understand the way I assimilate things and the way I understand and I study. So try as much as possible to take breaks in between your reading time. It helps a lot. Drink water, relax, talk to somebody, text, go online, text, or watch a movie. Even if you don't want to go online, you feel like you might stay long, watch a movie for some minutes, pause it, go back to reading. After 25 minutes, continue again. It helps a lot. So the next thing I'll say is minimize distractions. This is like, distractions are like the hardest things to learn how to, you know, minimize or conquer as a student, because there will be distractions everywhere. But you need to try as much as possible to identify your distractions. So for me, yeah, my distraction is my thoughts. Whenever I am reading, I think about a lot of things. I think about the stars. I think about the atmosphere. I think about my course. I think about why this building is not this way. I think about why this wall is not painted this way. Like, I think about very, very irrelevant things. So what I do is that I have a book where I write down my thoughts. So whenever I'm about to zone out, I just carry my book and then I write them down. I write my thoughts down. Maybe after I write it down, okay, what will you do? Maybe you rest. You will rest, happy. And like me talking to my thoughts, maybe you will rest after I've written them now. I'll go back to my books. So I try as much as possible to identify your distractions and minimize them. See, your mind should not control you. You should control your mind. You are the owner of that mind. You are the king of that mind. So try as much as possible to control it. It might be hard at first, but you need to learn, develop the skill to be able to, you know, and the zeal to be able to, like, you know, minimize distractions. If distractions for you is your phone, switch off your phone, put it on airplane mode, or give your phone to someone else, to your friend, in for like the whole day. There's sometimes I don't carry my iPod to class at all because I'm like, I don't need any form of distractions. But when I get back to my home, I use my iPods at all. A lot. I use my iPods. Like, I use my iPod, I use my laptop, I watch movies, because I know that the time that I was supposed to be distracting myself with pressing my iPod, I've already used it to read in class. I've already used it to read in the library and all. Yes. So the next thing I would say is have a place for studying. See, having a work table is one of the most best things that have happened to my life. It's actually the best thing that's happened to my academic life, because I don't know how to read on the bed. And for people who say they read on the bed, I'm sorry, but you are deceiving yourself, because it will never work. Just sit up, sit down, have a comfortable area where you can sit down, a nice environment here that will help you to stay motivated. Like, whenever I sit down on my chair here and I face on my table, I already know that there are books there. Like, there are books that are waiting for me to open, and I have no choice but to open them. So I try as much as possible to have a place where you study. Don't just study anywhere, study in your bed. Even when you're in school, even if it's not like studying on a table per se, the place itself matters. I don't study in, let's say, the class where a lot of people are. I don't study there. I don't study in a section in the library where a lot of people are, because I'll get distracted. So whenever class is over, especially after 5 p.m. in the college building, I always stay and study, because I'm the only one in the class, and then I'm not going to gist with anybody, I'm not going to talk with anybody. So like, I'm focused studying, like, at that point, because there's nobody to distract me. So you should try as much as possible to have a nice place where you study, a nice environment, a serene environment. If you're the type of person that likes to study where there is noise, I don't know how you guys do that too, but then be around place that is noisy. If you're the type of person that, like me, that doesn't study where there is noise or where there are people, try as much as possible to seclude yourself from the noisy environment and work. Yes. So the last thing I would say is to set your goals. Know how to set your goals. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, just writing a to-do list itself is very, 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 very helpful. Having a note where you write your to-do list, having a journal, having a student planner, having a sticky notes where you plan, it really goes a long way. It really helps a lot. Like, it really, really helps. So try as much as possible to set your goals. If you, at the beginning, okay, as I'm resuming this semester now, I'm going to show you people my goals. By the time I write it, I might probably do that. I might probably show you guys. If at the time I write it and then I write, oh, I want to get a first class this semester, I want to get a 4.87, a 4.9, and I am watching movie every day, or I am not reading every day, it doesn't make sense. So when I set my goals here, I realize that even when I want to fall back, I know where to go. Like, I have this thing pasted on the wall looking at me and saying that, babe, you said you wanted to get a first class, so don't mess this thing up. You go back to your book. Like, it will actually push you to go back to your book. So try as much as possible to set goals, set realistic goals. Like, if you're on a 2-1, I think you should set a goal focusing on being on a 2, on a 2-2. On a 2-2, focus on being on a 2-1. If you're on a 2-1, focus on being on first class. If you're in first class, focus on being on 5.0. Yes, or the highest CGPA you have in your school. It will help a lot. It really, really helps. So yeah, so we've come to the end of this video, guys. I hope you've learned a lot. Like, I really hope you do, and I really hope you have. Yes, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Watch all of my videos. Check out my school playlist on my YouTube. Like, I have a whole lot of content for you guys. Yes, so thank you guys for watching again. Bye. See you next week. Or see you my next video. Yeah, bye.